News, the headlines. President Hichilema commends Zikers for its role in national. LCC delivers over 21,000 school desks and 130 classrooms across Lusaka constituencies since 2022. Networks opposed to him should maybe lose license. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page, FM Radio Zambia, and our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. President Hakainde Hichilema has commended the Zambia Center for Accountant Studies, ZICAS, for its continued contribution to the development of Zambia and beyond its borders. Speaking during the lecture and award ceremony at ZICAS University, President Hichilema encouraged the institution to align its programs with the promotion of entrepreneurship and innovation. The head of state emphasized the need for educational institutions to adapt their curricula to equip students with practical skills that support job creation and economic growth. The president expressed confidence in the leadership and vision of ZICAS University, noting that the institution plays a vital role in shaping Zambia's future through quality education and professional development. President Hichilema further reiterated his belief in the power of education, describing it as one of the greatest investments an individual can make, stressing that skills development is essential for sustainable national progress.
To also just indicate the point that has already been mentioned, who ZICAS has been training. Yes, accounting, finance, management. But I want to emphasize entrepreneurship because it's the one that manipulates the resources, different skills to produce value, services. And going forward, I've heard Madam Mary, the aspirations of ZICAS. I need to continue putting emphasis on entrepreneurship so that our graduates are not only thinking of working white-collar job and they die, but to run a farm, 200-300 hectares of irrigated land, is not out of test for the graduate of ZICAS.
President of the Republic of Zambia, President Hakainde Hichilema, will be represented session of the United Nations UN General Assembly, which is taking place from 9th to 30th September on 22nd September 2025. Mr. Haimbe is scheduled to address the General Assembly during the high-level general debate on Monday, 29th September 2025. The theme for this year's general debate is Better Together, 8 years and more for peace, development, and human rights. In attendance at the United Nations General Assembly meeting will be Honorable Elijah Muchima, Minister of Health. The Zambian delegation will attend the high-level meeting to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the United Nations on 22nd September 2025, the Climate Summit on 24th September 2025, and the first biennial Summit for a Sustainable, Inclusive, and Resilient Global Economy, implementing commitments on financing development on 24th September 2025. The first biennial summit, mandated by the Pact for the Future in 2024, will aim to unite multilateral systems around shared goals for sustainable development. The government has expressed concern over the rapid decline of water levels in the Lufupa River, the primary source of water for Kasempa district. The river, which supplies over 24,000 residents through water supply and sanitation company, is drying up, posing a serious threat to the district's water security. Water Development and Sanitation Minister Engineer Collins Ovu says this situation presents not only the risk of water scarcity, but also raises public health concerns. He says with the rainy season approaching, reduced and unsafe water supply increases the likelihood of waterborne disease outbreaks, including cholera. The government regards this matter as urgent and is committed to taking decisive action. Kasempa is among the 84 districts severely affected by the devastating 2023-2024 drought. The minister said that unfortunately, despite the 2024-2025 rainfall season, the Lufupa River has not recovered. He says the crisis has been worsened by illegal gold mining activities along tributaries such as the Dengue River, which have further reduced inflows into the Lufupa. Engineer Nzovu says the ministry is working in close collaboration with the Ministry of Mines to address. Engineer Colin Nzovu has announced the launch and implementation of a new piped water district valued at 8.4 million kwacha. The project being executed through Chambishi Water Supply and designated to enhance access to safe and reliable water for the community. He says the 3-month project scheduled for completion in November 2025 will provide a dependable water supply to over 3,000 residents. Once completed, it will resolve long-standing challenges caused by a heavily silted cross-border water source, which limited storage capacity has for years disrupted supply and strained both households and small businesses. The Lusaka City Council (LCC) has made significant strides in improving the education sector through the Constituency Development Fund (CDF). Between the years 2022 and 2025, the council delivered 130 classrooms to 7 constituencies, enhancing the learning environment in various schools. LCC Public Relations Manager Ms. Chola Mwamba says the initiative has helped decongest overcrowded classrooms and accommodate new pupils, particularly with the implementation of the free education policy. She says the additional classrooms have provided a more conducive learning environment, enabling pupils to focus on their studies. Ms. Mwamba says in addition to the classrooms, the CDF has also provided 21,775 desks to schools across the 7 constituencies between 2022 and 2025. She says these desks have improved seating arrangements for pupils, making them to learn in a more comfortable environment and eliminating the need for students to sit on the floor. And in other news trending this afternoon, Paralegal Alliance Network Eugene Kabilika chairperson is calling for stronger environmental laws to help protect Zambia's natural resources. The Private Sector Development Association says the government needs to do more to create jobs and develop skills for Zambians, especially through better support for small and medium enterprises. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The National Association for Smallholder Farmers says adequate irrigation will be key to the success of the early maize cultivation and export program. NASFA Executive Director Dr. Frank Kaila says the government's move to start early step, but notes that access to water will be critical, especially for small-scale farmers. Recently, the Ministry of Agriculture began registering farmers interested in growing early maize for export in a bid to boost production and strengthen Zambia's position and regional and international markets. Dr. Kayula welcomed the registration process and urged farmers to take full advantage of the opportunity, adding that early planting will require proper planning and support. He emphasized that with the right support systems, irrigation, the initiative could significantly benefit smallholder farmers across the country.
Means they have to plant early, very early, and be able to harvest quite early. Then they'll be able to export. To do that, our farmers need to have some irrigation equipment to support watering when there isn't much rain. Because you start very well with rains, and then around January, around December, sometimes it goes, and somewhere at the end of January, they will require to have irrigation equipment. Those that have will participate definitely, because this is what we have been crying for.
Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Foreign news, U.S. President Donald Trump has suggested some TV networks should have their licenses taken away. The remarks come after pressure from his administration led ABC to suspend Jimmy Kimmel, the late-night TV host who suggested that the murder of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk in Utah last week was perpetrated by a Trump supporter. Kimmel's suspension following the has rather raised concerns the Trump administration was attempting to curtail the free critics, with other talk show hosts commenting on the show. For more, here's a roundup from the BBC.
Site of Pulkovo Airport in St. largest city has been hacked. Officials say services are limited because of the attack, and specialists are trying to restore the website. Pulkovo is the second largest Russian airport by passenger traffic. Prosecutors in Australia have charged 7 teenagers the murders of 2 boys who were brutally attacked in Melbourne earlier this month. Chol Achek, who was 12, and Down Akueng, who was 15, were on their way home from basketball practice when they were ambushed by masked people armed with knives and machetes. Police have said that neither of the victims are gang members. A court in South Korea has awarded damages to the performers behind a virtual K-pop group after a commentator said they could be.
And in sports news, the Zambian quartet of Hilary Hambava, Mekmase, Trawo off to Botswana for the CAF Champions League match between Simba Bora of Zimbabwe and Nsingizini Hotspur Twatini. Hambaba and Urenda have just concluded their COSAFA Under-17 AFCON qualifier assignment in Harare, where they officiated crucial semi-final matches. The games will be played at the Obed Stadium. And now the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 171, Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Western, Northwestern, Northern, and Muchinga provinces, including the northern districts of Luapula, Eastern and Western districts of southern provinces, partly cloudy, windy at times, and hot. Maximum temperature is ranging between 28 degrees and 37 degrees Celsius. The evening will have few clouds, windy at times, and warm. Copperbelt, Central, and Lusaka provinces, including the southern districts of Luapula, Eastern, and the eastern districts of southern provinces, mainly sunny and warm to hot. Before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has commended the Zambia Center for Accountancy Studies for its continued contribution to the development of Zambia and beyond its borders. The Lusaka City Council has made significant strides in improving the education sector through the Constituency Development Fund between the years of 2022 and enhancing the learning environment in various schools. U.S. President Donald Trump has suggested some TV networks should have their licenses taken away. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy Hour of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie Banda. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.